नमस्कार, मेरा नाम है राजीव कुमार बजाज यानी आरकेबी और मैं हूं इस वक्त एडवोकेट प्रदीप नंबियार जी के साथ और हम दोनों हैं नेशन नाउ पर। प्रदीप जी नमस्कार।
नमस्कार सर, नमस्कार।
आप सब लोगों को जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय भवानी, जय शिवाजी, वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम।
जय सिया राम, हर हर महादेव।
हर हर महादेव।
आप सबको अस्सलाम वालेकुम, गुड इवनिंग, सत श्री अकाल, शलोम, वणकम, konnichiwa in Japanese and ni hao in Chinese. Pradeep ji.
Abariyako Jambu for viewers in East Africa, South Africa, the continent of Africa, wherever they speak Swahili.
Wonderful.
We watched very much there.
And we've got viewers all over the world. Now, the sixth phase of elections is over, Pradeep ji.
बिल्कुल सर।
Delhi, Haryana,
Yes,
Uttar Pradesh, Purvanchal. It went to polls today. It was absolutely fantastic. And the polling in Delhi, as usual, is very low. It was very low even last time. And the polling in West Bengal is quite high, amazing, 78%. And lots of violence, as is usual with
West Bengal.
With West Bengal. West Bengal, to my mind, has never had a peaceful election. आज तक कभी वेस्ट बंगाल में, पश्चिम बंगाल में आज तक कभी कोई शांतिपूर्ण चुनाव नहीं हुआ है. Even at the time of Siddhartha Shankar Ray, who was the last chief minister, last Congress chief minister of West Bengal. उसके बाद कम्युनिस्ट आ गए, ज्योति बासु साहब रहे, उसके बाद ममता बनर्जी आई. बंगाल में कभी भी पीसफुल इलेक्शन नहीं हुआ प्रदीप जी. That has been the history of that state.
And the handover from one government to the other also has been a violent one.
Always.
The way Mamata Banerjee, the violence that happened when she was taking over, that was too much for any political system to absorb and see and understand. The amount of violence, we have to appreciate Mamata Banerjee's takeover from the left, because left total power everywhere, rank and file, ऊपर से नीचे कोई ऐसा पद नहीं था जो 99% लेफ्ट से भरा हुआ था.
सभी लोग उन्हीं के.
Yes, उन्हीं के. And trade union.
और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है, ट्रेड यूनियन के, जैसे आपने कहा, सब लीडर्स उन्हीं के.
Yes, yes.
पुलिस स्टेशन में सब सीनियर पीआई यानी एसएचओ, स्टेशन हाउस ऑफिसर जिनको कहा जाता है, वो उनके, सारे गुंडे उनके, गैंगस्टर उनके, अंडरवर्ल्ड के लोग उनके. All the muscle also belong to the communists. So.
And the shift of power to Mamata Banerjee.
Right, but they say now that those old hoodlums have now joined the TMC. So
now
we seeing a movement to the BJP?
With the BJP. That's what I'm saying. जो violence अभी हुआ, it is significant reminiscences of the past when Mamata took over from the left. Now it seems to be. So
now the BJP is taking over.
Probably the way the violence and the BJP is not going down, they are going, and the mass fortification of its leaders. BJP has given central security forces to the local leaders out there to see. So it's a balanced. BJP is taking Mamata Banerjee heads on.
और जो हमारे वो क्या नाम है उनका, प्रशांत किशोर साहब, वो तो बार बार बोल रहे हैं कि वेस्ट बंगाल के रिजल्ट बड़े सरप्राइजिंग हो गए. देखिए मतलब बीजेपी में इमर्ज एज नंबर 1 पार्टी इन वेस्ट बंगाल. कहा है. एंड इफ दैट हैपेंस, ममता बनर्जी इज इन रियल ट्रबल. शी विल बी इन real trouble if that actually happens.
We're just making an analysis now since you said UP में 16 posts are there, 16 MPs, vacancies there with BJP can increase. West Bengal 24 seats where they can increase their tally from 18. Yes.
Because 42 है.
Yes, correct. तो 18 उनका. Yes, 18 already उन लोग ने ले लिया था.
बिहार में एक.
Yes, तमिलनाडु 39.
जी, because तमिलनाडु they got 0.
आंध्र प्रदेश 25.
Because they got 0.
Yes.
और केरला में भी 20. Because they got 0.
They got 0.
Yeah.
पंजाब में 11 और तेलंगाना में 13.
जी.
So मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि यहाँ पर अगर they are able to score somewhere.
Yes.
So they got a fighting chance where BJP actually crosses 300. Though they might lose something in Maharashtra, something in other places.
But that's what we've been saying all throughout.
Exactly.
That whatever they lose here, and say perhaps in Uttar Pradesh or even in Gujarat or in Rajasthan or in Bihar, they will compensate for it. Either in West Bengal or in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh में तो भाई साहब उनकी मतलब 0 सिफर आया था उनका. 0 शून्य. और इधर तेलंगाना में शायद 4 सीटें आई थी।
4 सीटें आई थी।
जहाँ तक
Yes,
मुझे
yes.
ख्याल है। तमिलनाडु में एक भी सीट नहीं आई।
Nothing.
और जो अन्नामलाई साहब ने जो पदयात्रा करी है माशाल्लाह जबरदस्त। I mean there has been a backlash. It reminds me of the counter reformation which took place in Europe after the Renaissance, in the manner in which the Catholic Church was able to regain lost ground. I think that's what has happened in Tamil Nadu, because all that Dalit politics, not Dalit, Dravidian politics, which was against all Brahmins, against all Hindu symbols, etc. I think now this is the Hindu strike back, something like that.
And the vacuum left by Jayalalitha, sir.
Yes,
Anna DMK,
most
nobody is
important.
talking about Anna DMK.
That's
but
right.
Anna DMK has a huge vote share out there. And since they are leaderless now, Anna DMK is leaderless. After the death of Jayalalitha, they don't have a proper leader who can unite the entire forces out there, Anna DMK. So that will be going to be a big surprise. ये 39 seats जो हम लोग कह रहे हैं कि तमिलनाडु के हैं, BJP is going to spring a surprise out there with a huge amount of seats. It seems to be because the vacuum left by Jayalalitha Amma has not been filled in by any Anna DMK leader, but we saw Annamalai moving across the state with complete support of Modi. Modi got his entire government machinery behind him. He gave all the support that is required and himself promoted him. Modi ji was talking about Annamalai in every forum. Look, he is doing it. Look, he is doing it. And then वाराणसी बनारस में जिस प्रकार से तमिल संगम उन्होंने पुराना लिंक्स एस्टैब्लिश करके they were working towards a targeted audience out in Tamil Nadu whom they wanted to please and convert that into votes. And so Tamil Nadu is going to be a surprise. It's going to be a big surprise.
साहब देखिए आज की तारीख में I know we have Mr. Nand Kumar Pawar waiting for us, but I'll just take one more minute. बिहार के अंदर साहब 40 सीटों में से बीजेपी को 39 मिली, 39 मिली। मध्य प्रदेश में 29 में से 28 मिली, दैट इज 28 आउट ऑफ 29। कर्नाटक दे गॉट 26 आउट ऑफ 28, दिस इज 2019 फिगर्स। राजस्थान 25 आउट ऑफ 25, झारखंड 12 आउट ऑफ 14, छत्तीसगढ़ 9 आउट ऑफ 11, हरियाणा 10 आउट ऑफ 10, दिल्ली 7 आउट ऑफ 7। मतलब हिमाचल प्रदेश में 4 में से 4, गोवा में से 2 में से 2, जम्मू में 2 में से 2,
उत्तराखंड 5 से 5, एवरीथिंग।
उत्तराखंड में 5 में से 5 आएंगे, करेक्ट, 5 आउट ऑफ 5 इन उत्तराखंड। तो आएंगी कहां से सीट?
हरियाणा 4 में से 4,
नहीं हरियाणा में 10 में से 10 सर।
यस यस,
10 में से 10,
करेक्ट।
हाँ, हिमाचल प्रदेश में 4 में से 4,
यस हिमाचल, सॉरी हिमाचल,
हिमाचल प्रदेश में 4 में से 4।
Yes, yes.
अब आपके पास उत्तर प्रदेश है, उत्तर प्रदेश में आपने 64 सीटें जीती, 64। मुझे नहीं लगता प्रदीप जी कि उत्तर प्रदेश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की टैली ऊपर जाएगी, मुझको नहीं लगता, बल्कि नीचे आएगी जहां तक मैं समझता हूँ। वेस्ट बंगाल में ऊपर जा सकती है सर, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है। जैसा अभी आपने कहा कि जो वायलेंस है वो इंडिकेटर है, इसका मतलब बीजेपी इज नॉट लाइंग डाउन,
शिफ्ट ऑफ पावर।
सर बीजेपी इज नॉट रोलिंग ओवर इन वेस्ट बंगाल, कहने का मतलब ये हुआ तमिलनाडु में आउट ऑफ 39 सीट्स, वन एलाई ऑफ देयर्स, आई थिंक अन्ना डीएमके ओनली, दे गॉट 1 सीट, 1 सीट मिली थी उनको। आंध्र प्रदेश में 0, 25 में से, ओडिशा में 8 मिली थी। वी लेट्स नॉट फॉरगेट ओडिशा, बाय द वे, notwithstanding anything or whatever Mr. Sambit Patra may have said with regard to Lord Jagannatha, the fact is Sambit Patra, Pradeep ji, lost by less than 50,000 votes
Exactly.
in Puri.
बिल्कुल।
तो हो सकता है इस बार जीत जाएं, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है। केरल में 20 में से 0, तेलंगाना में 17 में से 4, असम में 14 में से 9, पंजाब में 13 में से 4 सीटें मिली थी दूसरी बार। और इस बार प्रदीप जी, either of the two things can happen. Either the BJP can increase its tally or it can be reduced to 0 in Punjab, because do remember in Punjab the BJP fought alongside the Akali Dal. They were allies of the Shiromani Akali Dal. और नॉर्थ ईस्ट स्टेट की 11 सीटों में से 6 मिली, और कश्मीर में 3 में से 0, और इस बार भी 3 में से 0 ही रहेंगी, बिकॉज बीजेपी इज नॉट स्टैंडिंग फॉर इलेक्शन। एंड वी विल टॉक अबाउट दिस एट द एंड ऑफ द शो। प्रदीप जी और मैं इस विषय के बारे में बात करेंगे शो के एंड में। एट द मोमेंट विद अस आवर ओल्ड फ्रेंड मिस्टर नंद कुमार पवार, हु ऑफ कोर्स इज नाउ गोइंग टू ब्राजील with regard to the problems of fisher folk all over the world. Nand Kumar Pawar साहब, नमस्कार।
Namaskar, sir. Good evening. After long time.
Yes, sir, but we can't see you. I don't know why they are not putting you on air. Why are we not seeing Mr.
Yes,
Nand Kumar? We see him now. Finally. Somebody here in my production room doesn't like you, Nand Kumar Pawar sir.
Why?
They're working for Sidco, Fitco and all these guys. Pakka. I must investigate. Sir,
Oh,
सर ये क्या हुआ सर, जरा पहले उसके बारे में बताएं, इसके पहले कि हम आपकी बात करें कि आप ब्राज़ील जा रहे हैं, आप फिशर folk को लेकर के, मच्छी मार कम्युनिटी जो है, समुदाय जो है पूरा का पूरा, उसको लेकर के जितना संघर्ष आपने किया है, मुझे नहीं लगता और किसी ने किया हो. Could you tell us a bit about what happened with regard to that Dombivli boiler, sir? It's an illegal boiler, and you had filed a complaint against it about 5 years ago. You had even gone to court. Could you tell? I read that on Facebook. Could you tell us that, Nandakumar Pawar
yes,
sir,
yes.
please?
Definitely, it's very sensitive issue because over the years I have been watching the violations because in the vicinity of the MIDC phase 1, phase 2, there are my 3 sisters are residing. And I keep going there on regular basis. I see the scale of violations and the pollution every time, the odor that comes, especially in the night time. It was very highly, what you call, nobody can tolerate that kind of pollution and the condition in surrounding area. Basically, I don't know why the residential zone has been allowed inside the MIDC phase 1 and between phase 1 and phase 2. This is basically completely wrong. And for that reason, I went to Bombay High Court in 2017 about the violations and the pollution causing.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
So surprisingly, the Bombay High Court have said that what is the urgency? What is the urgency of the matter? Okay. So they kept that matter for. They said this is not urgent one, and they kept aside. Okay. Then again in 2018. Again, I approached Bombay High Court. Again, they have said this court doesn't have jurisdiction.
Court does not have
Finally.
jurisdiction.
Yes, this was what they have said. Then finally, I went to NGT and filed this matter in 2021 with NGT. And immediately after filing the matter, the NGT has constituted 3-member committee, that is CPCB, MPCB, and the director at MIDC. They are supposed to audit every industry and submit their report within 3 months. The report has been submitted, but there is no action happened because of that. And this particular industry has been involved, which I pinpointed. This is violation is creating this industry has to be shut down. And because of the negligence on the part of MIDC authority, this blast finally happened and claimed 11 lives, innocent lives.
So you
And
know,
now the
Ji,
Yes.
please finish, sir. Please finish.
Now the matter is that the NGT want clarity where the matter should be heard at NGT, because in the Supreme Court there is another matter is pending, same matter, pollution matter, that is Tarapur Industries. So there is some confusion about matter should be heard with the Supreme Court or NGT can heard separately. So that I have filed just 2 hours ago with Supreme Court. Okay. I want permission whether matter can be heard here at NGT or need to be taken to the Honorable Supreme Court. So that clarity should come from the Supreme Court, and we are waiting for the clarity.
And when did you file this matter, sir? Just now?
Just now, just 2 hours ago, the IA was
Just
filed.
2 hours ago.
Yeah.
And what is the prayer? That the matter should be heard here in Mumbai itself.
No. We are trying to see what is the stand of Supreme Court. Whether they want matter to be heard in Supreme Court or they can direct NGT to heard this matter, because there are similar matter. Similar matter is being heard in Supreme Court of India. That is Tarapur pollution issue. The same issue also here. So let's see what Supreme Court takes stand.
Tarapur issue, could you tell us a bit about it? Because our viewers would not know. Even I don't know.
Oh,
Tarapur Industries का क्या issue है, sir?
Yeah, Tarapur Industries is same kind of industry, creating lot of pollution, air pollution, water pollution.
Where is it located?
That-
Tarapur Industries?
Next to Panvel, Rasaini.
Next to
Yeah,
Ji.
yeah, not far away in MMR only. Okay, it's an industrial belt. Taloja, Tarapur, all of these industrial belt, and Dombali MIDC, Ambernath MIDC, Ullasnagar, all of these are MIDCs.
you know, Vasai Virar, we had many boilers bursting, and this has been a continuous happening. And you know, you got the Maharashtra Pollution Control Board also. You know, have you approached the Maharashtra Pollution, because a boiler फूटना, blast होना, explode होना, this is probably having continuously every year we have one instance of this, and especially this Vasai Virar belt, now Dombivli, as you said, Ulhasnagar. तो इसको कंट्रोल कैसे करे? How are you going to do it? Because you approach, आपको सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक जाना पड़ रहा है, तो it is not between normal. So what are these institutions doing created by the government? They should be in fact monitoring on day-to-day basis. Inspection होना चाहिए, boiler है कि नहीं, कि ढंग से security उसका, are they conducting the normal safety requirements? All these things इसका कुछ हो रहा है कि नहीं? How do you see it?
Exactly, that is my concern and my point, that these government agencies like MPCB, what they are doing. Okay, so I have been filing complaint from last many years. The officials keep serving notices to the polluting units, and beyond sending notices, nothing has been done. So I have to go to the court, and I'm not sure whether the court order will be implemented. Okay, so this is completely failure on the part of MPCB and other concerned agency who are not able to take control or check what scale of violations are happening in MIDCs.
Now the industry ministers has sprung into action. He says inspection होगा, हर चीज का monitoring होगा, all things will be all paid. No, ये पहले क्यों ना? Is there no procedure? You know, Nand Kumar Pawar साहब, you have been working on the environment since long time. आप environment issues लेके लगातार सरकार, कोर्ट, कचेरी इसमें उलझे हुए हो. तो what is the way? Industry तो बढ़ाना है, but at the same time you have to take safety and security of the area, environment. क्या ये tandem में जाना? Is it in a balanced position? Is it going on? Industry जो चाहे कुछ भी लगा दो, और ऐसे प्लांट कुछ भी लगा दो, किधर भी, और फोर्ट हो गए सब लोग उड़ जाता है. Then the government wakes up and they say, so how do you see this? What is the right way of conducting the entire?
See, basically survey should be conducted. Okay, scientific survey should be conducted. The violating units must be shifted out of the city, because that area particularly getting densely populated. Even in the buffer zone, the construction have been allowed, which is completely wrong. And this is duty of the government to ensure no damage done to the local resident. And what's happening exactly opposite of what government expected to happen. There is no
नंद कुमार
check,
पवार
there is
साहब,
no
आपसे
control.
एक सवाल पूछता हूँ. पता नहीं आप कहेंगे ये अनरिलेटेड है, लेकिन मेरी समझ में, बिकॉज बोथ दीज इवेंट्स हैव अकर्ड वेरी क्लोज टू ईच अदर, and both of them show almost criminal negligence on the part of the administration. Number one is this Dombivli boiler blast. From whatever I know, this was an unlicensed boiler. From whatever I know, proper permissions had not been granted for this particular chemical factory that was there. And from whatever Pradeep ji and I have discovered, there are lots and lots of other such chemical units who don't have any licenses for these kind of boilers. That is part one. Now the second thing, which is very strange, 14 people, here 11 people lost their lives, 14 people lost their lives when a huge hoarding fell on them in Ghatkopar.
Yeah.
Again, it was not audited or certified by the structural engineer of the BMC, because allegedly it was on railway land. Somebody built it, put it up over there, and that was it. All the supports of all those things which keep the hoarding up, the trusses which keep the hoarding up, they had already rotted. Just one gust of wind and it fell down. So what does it say about the administration? When the law says very clearly, Mumbai शहर में जहां पर भी कोई भी होर्डिंग लगेगा, बीएमसी की परमिशन की जरूरत है, और वहां पे वेदर इट इज सेफ और नॉट, मतलब सुरक्षित है या नहीं, ये बीएमसी के इंजीनियर को सर्टिफाई करना पड़ेगा. और ये यहां पर भी ये बॉयलर रूम जो फटा है, नो विच इज द सर्टिफाइंग एजेंसी विद रिगार्ड टू दिस बॉयलर रूम? माई पॉइंट इन गिविंग बोथ दीज एग्जाम्पल्स इज, आर वी लिविंग इन अ बनाना रिपब्लिक सर? मतलब देयर इज नो रूल ऑफ लॉ, देयर इज नो सर्टिफाइंग एजेंसी, जो जहां मर्जी हो जो मर्जी बना लो, जो मर्जी तोड़ लो, मैंग्रोव्स को खत्म कर दो, वहां पर कंक्रीट डाल दो, डेबरी डाल दो, हमारे जो मच्छी मार जो हमारी पूरी की पूरी जो पूरा समुदाय है उनकी ऐसी की तैसी कर दो, कोई बोलने वाला नहीं है। अकेले नंद कुमार पवार साहब और उनके आसपास जितने थोड़े बहुत लोग हैं वो बोलेंगे, या हमारा चैनल जो है उसको थोड़ा बहुत दिखाएगा। नंद कुमार साहब, अब आप बोलें।
सर यही बात है कि देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली नो गवर्नेंस, किसी का कंट्रोल नहीं है। अभी होर्डिंग की बात आपने की तो बीएमसी का परमिशन ज़रूरी है, लेकिन साथ में ये भी ज़रूरी है कि जिन्होंने परमिशन दिया है उन्होंने इसका स्टेटस मॉनिटर करना चाहिए, क्योंकि अभी बारिश है और क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशन चेंज हो रहा है। स्ट्रॉन्ग विंड तो बहते रहता है सिटी के अंदर। अभी हमने देखा कि 94 माइल पर आवर के स्पीड से ये विंड आया था।
जी
So this is not something we expected to happen in Mumbai, a city like Mumbai. लेकिन ये हो रहा है अभी। So there is definitely climate change and it's impacting everything. There is no doubt. As far as MIDCs are concerned, my concern was when I filed petition. The matter of fact is there are margin space need to be kept by every industry. And exactly in the margin space that is supposed to be the open space maintained by each industry to, whenever there is an accident happen, to allow ambulances, the fire brigade vehicles to go in, and there is another entry from where the vehicles can come out. So that kind of arrangement has to be done as per the norms. But you see, in the margin spaces, the boiler has been set up, the acid tanks have been set up, the coal have been stored, the wooden stuff have been stored there, and can cause any time huge explosion and fire, and it's happening on regular basis. So that is my concern. And there are huge amount of illegal construction are happening in the margin spaces. So that has to be checked. And the MIDC officials, they don't know what violations are happening. The MPCB, what they are doing. There is no monitoring. Everyone knows what's happening inside.
So, Nand
I don't
Kumar
know.
Pawar Sahab, effectively, what we are getting from you is, if suppose the Bombay High Court had taken this seriously in 2017 and then again in 2018, and if your complaint to the NGT after that had been taken very seriously and acted upon, no lives would have been lost today.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, yes.
मतलब 11 लोग मर गए, आसपास कितनों का नुकसान हुआ अभी मालूम नहीं है, और how many people inhaled these toxic gases which are coming out, which we can see right now, the damage that it would have caused to their lungs, the damage that it would have caused to their health, which will be visible only after a couple of years. So who is responsible?
Exactly. And for that, sir, let me tell you, with this issue, I am going to file criminal case against the MIDC officials because of their negligences, the innocent people have lost their lives. This is not done. As you have said earlier, if NGT's order would have been complied in true spirit, these innocent people wouldn't have lost their lives. This is criminal activity, criminal act on the part of MIDC officials.
सर, तो ऐसी कितनी लाइसेंस्ड और अनलाइसेंस्ड और जगह पर चीज़ें हैं, जैसे ये तो बॉयलर हो गया, उसके अलावा जनरेटर्स होंगे, न जाने और क्या क्या होगा, कौन कौन से केमिकल प्रोसेस होंगे, बिकॉज दैट एंटायर एरिया हैज गॉट केमिकल फैक्ट्रीज. Has anybody done any survey so far?
Survey has been done just for the namesake, okay?
Oh, okay.
As a regular business, and after surveying and after verifying the facts are never be implemented. If there is any violations, everything is kept quiet. Nobody talks about the violations. Nobody talk about the corrective action to be taken. Nobody bothers.
Now, all these things were illegal. Nand Kumar Pawar Sahab, you have been fighting it. Illegality के खिलाफ कोई action नहीं हो गया. You got so many agencies right from the NGT, MPCB. Now you say MIDC. Sometimes local authorities also take because MIDC सब जगह. Now illegality is the biggest issue here because nothing is as per law. Nothing is constructed or installed as per law. Now how do we go about it? How can you see a change in this? इसको change और accountability कैसे लाएं नंद कुमार साहब?
Exactly. See, in our country, we are trying our level best. Okay, we keep writing to the various authorities. We go to the court. We go to the Supreme Court. but there is no justice. Even though the good orders coming in, but those orders are not necessarily will be implemented on the ground. So that is our main cry actually. So now we are looking at the international platform, as I have shared some documents with you, that I have been called at Brazil for fisheries exchange, artisanal fisheries exchange program, which is happening for a week from 29th May to 4th June to highlight the plights and the issues of small scale fisher here in India. So hopefully that platform will work for us. They can write to the government or pressurize government. The scale of violations are happening, and the local traditional features are impacting because of the various developmental projects. Our noise are never heard, okay, and we are not never consulted about our rights. So we are talking about our rights. We are not taking away anybody's right. We are talking about our own right, which is constitutional right and customary rights to maintain our fishing zone.
Now, how serious do you think the Maharashtra government, the government of India, because Prime Minister Modi is always talking about ecology and environment. You got a CM and Deputy CM out here who's always talking about protecting the ecology. In fact, he was worried about the mangrove zones. He said he's worried about the flamingo zones. The Chief Minister, the Deputy Chief Minister. So, yeah, fishing community is really suffering. And fishing community आज एक तो low catch and the catch right into the deep seas. There's no zone left here. Is the government hearing your pleas and letters that you're writing about all these things?
We keep writing, we keep going to various courts and filing various cases at different levels, but nothing seems to be changed. And our PM and CM keeps talking about the environment, keeps talking about the fishing community, mangroves, but what they are doing on the ground. They know the status of the fishing community around MMR region, don't know. Because there are various projects which are implemented on fishing zone. If you talk about the Uran Taluka, Panvel Taluka, these are the very rich traditional fishing zone. 90% of this area are already landfilled. And PM and CM keeps inaugurating those projects which are taken shape on the fishing area. The MTHL project, the Navi Mumbai International Airport, the SDGL project, the JNPA port, all of these projects are on the fishing zone. Who bothers? See, for instance, here you can see in your video, I've been fishing there for a whole day. I got hardly any fish.
That's you right there, fishing. Right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. And right behind we can see all sorts of structures for
Yeah,
something new
JNPA,
which is
that
being
is J-
built.
yeah, JNPA. The JNPA have reclaimed 520 hectares of rich fishing area.
That is Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority.
Yes.
Right.
No fish I found after
यहाँ
spending
पे
whole day.
यहाँ पे पंडित नेहरू का नाम चेंज नहीं किया.
Hmm.
Very strange.
Nand-
जी जी
Nanda Kumar ji, you know, मुंबई में ये हालत है कि कार, you know, मछुआरों को जगह था, वर्सोवा मछुआरों को जगह था, वर्ली is I think totally
जू कोलीवाड़ा.
जो कोलीवाड़ा अभी फिशिंग जोन है. Is there फिशिंग जोन at least नाम के लिए बना, because you got the coastal road and you got all these kinds of infrastructural projects there. Is the rights of the community, Koli community, being protected? Are there zones anymore, fishing zones anymore? Especially Versova, especially Worli, Kar Danda, and all these areas which was always a fishing zone and traditionally a Koli area. क्या हालत है उनका, नंद कुमार जी?
हालत तो काफी खराब है, खाली नाम के लिए रहा है, क्योंकि ब्रीडिंग ग्राउंड जो थे फिशिंग के, अभी जैसे कि वर्ली कोलीवाड़ी की बात की आपने, तो ये पूरा रॉकी टेरेन था, and that area known to be very rich breeding area, okay, for these crustaceans like crabs, lobsters and all. So all of this area has been landfilled. Same condition in other parts of the Mumbai or Warsaw and other parts you have just said. Pollution and the, there are various factors are impacting. Climatic condition also drastically change, because climatic condition has direct impact on fish catch, when surface water temperature rises, okay, and dissolved oxygen level decrease in the water body. What happens? The fish food which grow underneath the bottom is impacting. When there is no food for the fish seldom migrate to this area. When the breeding ground destroyed, the seafood is destroyed, there is no possibility of finding any fish. The same condition are happening here because of the pollution and the sea level rise, the temperature rise. All of these are impacting.
And then
And
on
on
top
top
of
of-
it, and then on top of it, you have something like the coastal road, which has
Yes.
destroyed the entire intertidal ecological zone of Worli Koliwada, where I remember all the Worli Koliwada fishermen used to fish for crabs and prawns, and sometimes they used to get shrimps and other things also over there,
Yes.
which are not to be found anymore. अब
Yeah.
नहीं अब कहाँ से आएंगी सर? वहाँ तो लैंडफिल हो गया. Where will the crabs go? Where will the prawns go?
I remember Mithi River when I was small. I used to go with the local fishermen out there. Means वो नेट डाल देते तो छोटा छोटा मच्छी उनको मिलता था. आज तो कंक्रीट जंगल बना है. That Mithi River is not a river. It is a
Sewer.
it's
a sewer.
It's a sewer with oil and all kind of
All the toxic chemicals in the
toxic
world.
chemicals out there. And the entire the entire airport land se leke BKC land and everything was totally in a zone where you could see all the salt water kind of pans, water out lying there. Everything has changed. Everything has changed. And as you said, the fishes have moved, migrated to new zones.
Or they've all gone extinct. Or you have to go somewhere near Pakistan to fish. And then have a problem with the Pakistani Coast Guard. This is a terrible situation. So, Nandakumar Pawar Sahab, you've been invited to Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Now,
Correct.
what is that about? Could you tell us a bit, please?
That is all about small scale artisanal fisheries exchange among 15 countries in the world. There is a steering committee which has been constituted of 15 countries, and I am representing India. So, what are the status here in entire country? Because there are different kind of fishing, small scale fishing has been carried out.
Yes.
For example, if you see the other states like Rajasthan, Kerala, Odisha, Andhra, you see there the inland fisheries or freshwater fishing which is happening in the reservoir, lakes, dams and tanks, where the contractor are given contract on the yearly basis, and contractor employs a certain local fishermen to fish for them, and after getting catch, the catch is taken away by the contractor at a fixed price. So there are a lot of issues are facing because contractor treat fishermen as a labor. Okay, that cannot be happen because fishermen should have access directly to sell their product into the open market, but that treatment is not happening. There are several issues in other states also. The Goa, for example, the Goan government proposed many tourism. Goa known for the tourism industries, and in future there are a lot of proposals have been sent by the government to have tourism promotion in the on the beaches and the fishing area, hampering and impacting the traditional fishers. So that issue also need to be taken, and all of these issues are supposed to be discussed in that forum, and then policy will be framed. And let's see, because we are trying everything here in India.
When are you going, sir?
On 29th May, just on
the 29th
Wednesday.
of May.
Yeah.
And how long
yeah.
is this conference?
That is from 29th to 3rd June.
To 3rd of June, right?
Yeah. No, Nandakumar ji, I just wanted, because you've been working so hard. Now, Bajaj Sahab, we have been working in the Mumbai rivers, 4 river ke kya halat hai. Nobody goes in the beaches, nobody goes in the waters because the waters are so dirty, and the amount of filth it brings out back on the beach. So, log dekh ke pareshan ho gaye, but what happens? 4 rivers are gone, Mumbai ke, beaches are absolutely dirty. So, aage, what do you see? Are we waiting for an ecological disaster? क्या होने वाला? Because it's a very frightening picture out in front of us. Thousands of crores spent on cleansing of rivers, nothing happening. The rivers are as bad. Mithi River is just outside our office. We can look through the windows and see Mithi River. It is as bad as we were seeing about 10 years back. Nothing has changed. The thousands of crores are gone. This is the case with all the 4 rivers of Mumbai. Beaches are equally dirty. So, what are we waiting for? An ecological disaster?
आपने सही कहा कि मुंबई में 4 रिवर है, ये किसी को मतलब भरोसा नहीं आएगा, यकीन नहीं आएगा कि देर आर 4 रिवर एग्जिस्ट इन मुंबई. ओके, दहीसर, पोईसर, मीठी एंड
And
ओशिवरा.
Oshiwara.
ओके, so all of these rivers are turned into gutter, toxic sludge disposal site. ओके, और जैसे कि आपने कहा कि करोड़ों रुपया इसके ऊपर खर्चा किया गया, लेकिन एंड रिजल्ट क्या है? पोल्यूशन लेवल घटा है? बिल्कुल नहीं. अभी उनका एम्बैंकमेंट जो किया कंक्रीट वॉल के मतलब जो भी अपना इंजीनियर डिपार्टमेंट है वो किस तरह से काम करता है. रिवर को तुम अगर एम्बैंकमेंट करके कंक्रीट वॉल से, तो रिवर का तो ओरिजिन या फिर स्टेटस ही खत्म होता है, वो गटर बना दिया आपने.
जी.
और ये
तो
तो
why do they do that? नंद कुमार पवार साहब, ये जरा मुझे समझाया जाए, ऐसा क्यों करते हैं? हर बार जब भी देखा है, किसी भी नदी के बारे में बात करें, किसी भी वाटर बॉडी के बारे में बात करें, एंड दैट्स मी स्पीकिंग बाय द वे, आई डोंट नो व्हाई दे आर नॉट शोइंग मी एट ऑल, आई हैव नो आइडिया. जो आसपास के जो रिवर के बैंक्स होते हैं, those river banks should be left the way they are, because that is the flood plain. That is the flood plain of the river. Now when you concretize it, you are effectively destroying the river. So why do they do that? ऐसा क्यों करते हैं सर? कुछ जरा बताएं इसके बारे में. Why do they do that?
देखिए सर, कैसा है कि अभी गवर्नमेंट, हर चीज के ऊपर गवर्नमेंट का कंट्रोल होना चाहिए. ये गवर्नमेंट का प्रायोरिटी और ये क्या बोलते हैं कि ये धोरण है. ओके, पॉलिसी है गवर्नमेंट का कि जैसे कि आपने कहा कि रिवर को एम्बैंकमेंट की जरूरत नहीं है, देयर शुड बी फ्लड प्लेन. ओके, अब अगर आप कोई कंक्रीट स्ट्रक्चर खड़े करते हो रिवर के आजू बाजू में, तो इसका मतलब रिवर का ओरिजिन या फिर जिसके लिए वो भगवान ने उसको बनाया है उसको हम खत्म करते हैं. और एम्बैंकमेंट करने का कारण यही है कि आजू बाजू का जगह जो, जैसे कि आपने कहा कि फ्लड प्लेन होता है, वाटर स्प्रेड होता है मानसून के टाइम, वो पानी को मतलब एक जगह पे कंट्रोल करने के लिए वो सीमेंट का कंक्रीट का वॉल बनाते हैं ताकि आजू बाजू का जगह डेवलपमेंट के लिए खुला मिल जाए उनको. ये उनका मकसद रहता है. ओनली इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट, फॉरगेट अबाउट इकोलॉजी एंड एनवायरनमेंट एंड द फ्लडिंग एंड ऑल.
And in fact, making these concretized or these concrete walls around rivers leads to more flooding than anything else, because the river
Exactly.
breaks through its banks. So do you think anybody will ever listen? नंद कुमार पवार साहब, कोई सुनेगा क्या? क्या लगता है आपको?
सर, हम तो कोशिश करते रहेंगे कंटिन्यूस. जहाँ पे भी हमें क्या बोलते हैं पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट मिले, वी कीप ट्राइंग at every front. Now I am moving to the international front. Let's see what result it comes.
नंद कुमार पवार साहब, एक आखिरी सवाल बिफोर वी लेट यू गो.
Yes.
इस चुनाव में, स्पेशली महाराष्ट्र के चुनाव में और मुंबई के चुनाव में, क्या पर्यावरण को लेकर के कोई भी पार्टी आपको मिली या दिखी, या कोई भी पॉलिटिशियन आपको दिखा जो कि पर्यावरण हेतु इच्छुक है कुछ अच्छा काम करने के लिए? आपको लगता है कहीं आपको ऐसा दिखा?
नहीं, बड़े ये दर्दनाक बात है, बड़े दुख की बात है कि नो पॉलिटिकल लीडर, नो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी वांट टू डिस्कस और टॉक अबाउट द एनवायरनमेंट. दे टेक एनवायरनमेंट फॉर ग्रांटेड. दैट इज नॉट सीरियस बिजनेस फॉर देम.
So environment and its protection, climate change and the impact, the disastrous impact that it is having on our lives, the lives of voters, was not an issue in this election. Is that what you're saying?
एग्जैक्टली.
और ये देख के हम लोगों को डर लगता है. द गार्बेज एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ मुंबई, इट्स बियॉन्ड, आई मीन जो देखेंगे वो डर जाएगा कि वो वेटिंग फॉर इकोलॉजिकल डिजास्टर. अभी हम लोग 4 नदी के बात कर रहे थे, वो इतना प्रदूषित है. दैट इज अ बिग, यू आर सेइंग द फ्लामिंगो जोन्स. रिसेंटली यू हैड द फ्लामिंगोज गोइंग इनटू द एयरक्राफ्ट, एमिरेट्स एयरक्राफ्ट. आई मीन एक एक चीज जो हम लोग
29 died.
29 flamingos dying and the aircraft survived and came back and landed safely. All these things, you know, नंद कुमार जी, तभी आप जैसे लोगों का महत्व तब मालूम पड़ता है कि ये डिजास्टर आप पॉइंट आउट कर रहे हैं, कोर्ट जा रहे हैं, अथॉरिटीज को बता रहा है, बट कुछ नहीं है, कोई किसी को कोई हेस्ट नहीं है. बोले क्या क्या जल्दी है?
As the Bombay High Court said in 2017,
What is the hurry?
what's the hurry? Well, you saw what the hurry was. 11 people are dead today.
No,
Yes.
good point you raised, sir, about the flamingo death recently. See, we have been writing from last 6 years. From 2018, we have been writing to the concerned authority, Environment Department, CIDCO, about protection of these so-called satellite wetlands, namely Panje, Bhenkar, Belpada, T.S. Chanakya, NRI, and DPS Lake. So these birds are migrate to these water bodies. So those wetlands are very, very essential to protect it. Okay, and very sadly, the CIDCO has appointed BNHS, Bombay National History Society, to undertake ecological study, and they have studied very well and submit their report that these wetlands are very crucial to be protected as an alternate bird habitat lost because of the landfill at Navi Mumbai International Airport. Because 19,000 hectares of ecological area we have been lost, habitat has been lost, so alternate habitat has to be protected 10 kilometers away from the vicinity of the international airport. Okay, the Panje, Bhenkal and Belpada wetland are very, what you call it, very convenient alternate place. But those wetland also they want to destroy. They already leave those
In
wetlands.
spite of the
for-
BNHS submitting a report to the contrary.
Exactly. They are appointed BNHS, and BNHS report they are not responding or respecting. What kind of a mindset this is?
Right, we won't keep you any longer, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
All the best.
All the
to your
very
visit.
best for Rio de Janeiro. Do a
Thank
good
you.
job. We are with
Thanks
you.
a lot, sir.
All that we can tell you is that we are with you as much as we are able, and we shall always be with you.
And hope to take you live from there, from Brazil.
Of course, it would be really lovely if you could talk to us from there. Thank you very much, sir, and very proud of the work
Yeah.
you're doing. Namaskar, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Namaskar. Thank you.
So, Pradeep ji, Bombay High Court says, what's the hurry? What is the urgency?
What's the hurry?
And next year they say we don't have
Yeah,
jurisdiction.
jal.
Then they go to the NGT, that's the National Green Tribunal. National Green Tribunal says कि भाई इसको ठीक करो, 2018 की बात है, ये जो डोंबिवली के ये अलग अलग बॉयलर केमिकल्स जो लगे हुए हैं, इन प्लांट्स को ज़रा ठीक कीजिए, इनको लाइसेंस कीजिए, सेफ्टी मेजर्स लगाइए और ये अनलाइसेंस बॉयलर जो है इनको निकालिए. MIDC ने कुछ नहीं किया. आज 11 लोग मर चुके.
Going to kill the environment. We're going to,
और एनवायरनमेंट कोई एसोटेरिक चीज़ नहीं है, कोई एग्जॉटिक चीज़ नहीं है. एनवायरनमेंट इज व्हाट वी लिव इन. हम लोग उसमें रह रहे हैं, उसका सत्यानाश हो रहा है साहब. एनीवे वी दैट्स अ सब्जेक्ट where we can go on and on and on. Right, and at the moment with us from the Congress Party, Rakesh Shetty.